Alright, let's see if this works any better. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if the stream actually froze or what, if the recording even worked. Oh look, I can update the overlay now that I couldn't before. Because it was frozen. Excellent. Alright, I already started sideboarding a little bit. Teferi's Moat is just like game over if he can't answer it. He's got a couple of enchantment removal cards to bring in, so I like Pact of Negation and probably Negate against those. This deck is the reason I picked Perish. Every single one of his creatures is green, so 3 mana answer, solid. Appetite for Brains hits cards we care about like Primal Command and Monvili Acid Moss. Does not hit some of his answers like Natural End. Does hit Hunting Wilds, which is a kind of weird answer. It finds lands and animates them, so it gets around Humility that way. So that's pretty good. It costs 4, so Appetite hits it. Also, it's Kozilek, if that's a thing, so I think it's fine. That is 5 cards. Maga is not for this matchup. Face Fetters doesn't seem too useful. He's not doing any graveyard shenanigans, and this doesn't seem relevant. Not as good as I was hoping for. Okay, so Perish with Day of Judgment and Terminus seems kind of redundant. I think Terminus is the better of the two. Counterspell, probably the most restrictive and unnecessary counterspell here, which seems weird in a deck full of creatures, cutting my only counterspell that can hit, counting my counterspell that can hit creatures for one that doesn't, but I guess that's the thing. Purge, I mean, it's not as dead as I for some reason thought it was, but it is still not, it hits like Ravine and Huntmaster. So Ravine is a threat that we need to answer, but there is Condemn for that. So I think it doesn't make the cut. Thought Scour is always underwhelming. There's some cool things you can do with like Skorak and Jace, but it just doesn't really do enough. And then Duress Appetite might be redundant. What's that, one more card to cut? Sea Beyond is not amazing at all, but it might be necessary. That's 3 counterspells. It could just be a Signet. Signets haven't been too good for me. So Day of Judgment might actually be better than a Signet. Have 3 Wrath main deck, or not main deck, in the deck. 3 counterspells, 3 Wraths, 2 discard spells. Seems like an alright mix. Feeling pretty good, up 2-0 as the overlay now shows. Going into the sideboard portion of this best of 5 match. Skorak, Jace, nothing. Is Jace good enough to get there on his own? Oh, wow. So many lands do anything I want to, but there's not a lot of stuff to do. But Jace can find things to do. I'll take a chance on Jace. On the draw, this is far from guaranteed. I guess they're all far from guaranteed. This seems especially far from guaranteed. Preordain seems fantastic, actually. Do I just do that now before the tar pit? This could be like turn 1 Preordain, turn 2 Scroll Rack. Actually, it doesn't do that much either at this stage in the game. So I think it's just turn 1 Preordain, turn 2 tar pit. Nothing. Depending on what I see, of course. Ancestral Vision's Taneo. Alright. I accept this. So, Tar Pit Vision next turn. Find something to do, and then Jace, and then Taneo. And then draw cards, win, hopefully. That's how I play this game usually, draw cards, win. You gotta have a ramp spell, right? Like, if Dom's deck is not ramping, it's doing something very wrong. Upkeep, draw. Oh look, that Tameo. I wish I could like set a stop on my upkeep to... Oops. Pro tip, right clicking your upkeep does not put stops on it, it just sets you back to your upkeep. Can I like put a thing on my... put a die on my deck? That's not a thing. Come on, Cockatrice, what are you doing? What are you even doing? Alright, alright. So he could have had Monvui Asimos there and did not, which is always a positive sign. Boarded into Leatherback Baloth for the beatdown plan. Seems pretty good, actually. Appetite for brains. And Scroll Rack. Let's do that. Okay, well, Leatherback is all he's got at the moment. Little awkward for the brains. No brains to be found here, I guess. Next turn is probably Jace. Bounce this Baloth, assuming he plays nothing. And then... alright, sweet. And then Tameo will start tapping things. After I do not miss this vision trigger. I can Scroll Rack here, but that seems terrible, so let's not do that. And treat the angels for 0. Okay, well that's good with Jace, right? I heard so, at least. Okay, so this Arid Mesa can actually just fetch basic planes because I have double black at the moment until he blows the land up, which is the thing that he likes to do sometimes. But I don't need to decide that now. So here's a Jace. Medallion's gone, so just Cavern and Unknown card in hand. Tap land, come on now. Bounce said Baloth, and say go. Jace, the Mind Sculptor, doing things. Straight up sacks this Horizon Canopy for action. Finds a Baloth. Finds a Sacred Tribe Elder. Alright. That's almost like action. Not there yet, but Jace is on his way to doing things. Oh, and a Teferi's Moat. Oh. That is a card. And 5 mana to play with it. I think it's still just... okay, Jace first. Then Tameo. Then put Entreat the Angels back, so I want to fetch first. And Entreat the Angels for 3 next turn, possibly just win. I could fetch Scarlet Shrine, but I'll just go for the plains. Okay. I could wait 2 turns on the moat and have a negate for it. Don't put that back, put this angels back. This angels, these angels, this entreat. Let's go with that one. Tap this 4/5, pass turn. Is it better to just play Teferi's Moat there? Like, if he draws removal, then I pretty much just get blown out, right? Then he just swings out, kills Jace. Doesn't seem too good. I think just wait 2 turns. Do I still entreat for 3? Is the current question. I mean, he's drawn a Horizon Canopy and a Rootbound Crag. We still know about the Cavern of Souls. He's got nothing to do with 7 mana. Unless it is a summoning trap. Oh, he's still in his... Still his turn, right? Okay. I thought he passed for some reason. Alright, so he's doing a thing, maybe. Or just dealing with stuff. Plan is probably entreat for 3, tap Baloth plus Jace, draw off visions, not in that order. Not even kind of in that order. It could also be entreat for 2, keep negate. Which might not be the worst. What does he have to negate that I care about? Hunting Wilds, sort of like a thing. Natural End is not good at this point. He's still there, right? Terrastodon is a real card. Resolves. Good thing I didn't play that moat, I guess. Elephants for me. Elephants for days. Yep, that's a thing that happens. Alright, well, this changes a few things, I think. 6. Just possibly. Alright, so that's Card of Cavern of Souls. So he's got a top deck's action. The question is to entreat and block this turn. And if so, for 2 or 3 guys, nobody has trample. I'm still at 15 life. And then next turn, moat with negate backup. I think that seems okay, right? So this will be like block to rest it on unless he gets a Kessig Wolf Run off the top, but again, it has to be a top deck. 2 angels is not a lot, but if all goes well, he won't be able to attack me for the rest of the game, so that seems alright. I think this is entry for 2. Just playing green-white tokens here is pretty much what's happening. Seems like a thing, I guess. Draw for turn. Drown Yard is a card. Alright. Hold negate. Moat next turn. Choose green. None of his dudes has flying. Man, Kessig Wolfrun would make me so sad right now. I mean, I've got 17 power on board, so it's not like the worst, but more importantly for Kessig, I have 17 toughness on the board, I guess. I have to say, having 17 toughness on the board is not a thing this deck likes to do very often. Dom smartly holding his cavern back until he has something that's worth making uncounterable. Which could be a Indrik Stomp Howler is a thing that I can't deal with right now. It should just be block to rest it on take 4? Do I have any reason to take 4 here, actually? I don't think so. I'll just chump. Nice of him to give me all these elephants. Control, delete. Actually, 100% should have double blocked the Bailoth and killed it. I guess that makes sense. You know, whatever. As you do. Alright, Indrik Stomp Howler is bad news right now. Can I do anything else about it? I can tutor for Humility and just do that right now. And then I have 2 1/1s without flying that can't attack through his blockers, but he also can't attack and it turns off Stomp Howler. He can't attack next turn, I should say, and he has... attacking this turn doesn't do a lot unless he has his non-Stomp Howler enchantment removal. So that's really it. Do I think he'll have Stomp Howler or his Primal Command or Natural End, which are technically more probable, the non-creature versions, because there's 2 of them, if I'm not missing one. Which would push me toward Moat Negate. And even if he has the removal, I mean, I'm not dead. I'll leave this elephant to block. Attack for 8. Seems like a thing, I think. So this is completely must answer for Dom. I don't think he has no way around it without just blowing up the enchantment. Wasteland is the draw, means he still has Cavern in hand, still no action. Wasteland can kill the tar pit, which is fine. Turns off the negate, but he's not going to use it, so that's fine. I've got a 2-turn clock. Top. If I play 3 for clutch, tutor into humility, 4 for humility, leaves me 1 left, which is not negate mana. But next turn it will be. Attacking with tar pit doesn't change the clock. I think it's just top, activate top, hold negate. And then next turn, if need be, do the humility play. Him topping, so to speak, a non-creature answer is still more likely. Tap white for the top. Haven't seen top yet this match. Land, land, and land. Well, I'll get the one that lets me shuffle. I could shuffle with clutch right now and actually still keep negate up, although it shows him the humility. I think that's still worth it though, to not be drawing useless lands. I'll attack first, because why not? One, 2, 3. Alright. Find your answer, good sir. And that answer has to be Indrik Songpower, like exact. Pass turn. He could have a Cloud Thresher, which blocks 1 angel and deals 2 to the other. I will end of turn top. So that still doesn't save him from 2 angels. Oh good. Well, that's the thing. I'll draw this Terramorphic that I just shuffled away, and literally shovel it back to the top. Okay. That's fine. Upkeep. Draw. Obviously, do not play humility before attacking. Maybe he's just hoping that I don't play around Cloud Thresher. He didn't play Cavern Naming Elemental. Let's see what happens. Summoning Trap. I'll just negate that question mark? Yeah. Let's try to guarantee this win. go, taking the finals. That is 2 drafts in a row now. Alright, streak. This is pretty fun, I like this format. It's kind of cool to build our own thing. We only got 1 block from outside of the modern format, so it could have had a little more cards we weren't used to, but it was still fun. It was cool. Got some weird interactions, like you wouldn't see this kind of deck, or necessarily even domed kind of deck, in a like normal, any of the normal formats. So Roto Draft is pretty sweet. Not sure what we're gonna do next season. Gonna have to, can't make a call. Trying to call Dom here, but my computer hates video calls for some reason, so that might not happen. Alright, doesn't look like this call is happening. I'll try one more shot. Hey.
Hello.
You hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear static.
This computer sucks. How about now? Any better? No?
I can hear you like trying to talk, but it's not loud or clear enough for me to understand what you're saying.
Alright, we'll call it there.
You can hear me. I guess if you're recording this for your stream, there wasn't, I don't know, I was just like a little bit short every game. There was, I needed like, my deck just like needed to be a turn faster somehow, or like put out a clock more quickly. I just had no main deck answers to Humility, so it was pretty tough. And then game 2 I was actually really close. I had the Mountain in my hand, and if I had drawn the Banefire, like if it was 1 card further down, I could have gotten you. But for the most part, I was pretty far from winning, I think. That last game I drew 1,000,000 lands, like it was brutal. But I did like board in a land, or I boarded in the Wasteland, and I got a little bit less threat dense because I just had a lot of threats that weren't very good, so like there's just too many things to answer. Like I didn't have enough naturalize effects probably, but like I thought I could win the last game until the moat came down, although it turned out I didn't draw any non-land spell like after I cast the Terracidon the entire game, so I might have still lost. But I figured, like I had a Cavern of Souls in my hand, so if like any threat I drew I knew it was resolving. But I never drew one, so kept waiting connection. Yeah, it just didn't happen the last game. I had like a couple of cute things in there. If you cast Hunting Wilds with Kicker, you get two your lands become 3/3s, and like that gets around humility. And yeah, there was stuff that like it needed to come together in pretty good sequences, and it never did. So I boarded in like 8 of my 11 sideboard cards or something. I just had like all of the like army in a can creatures, like the Wolfbriar and the Avenger. I took out, and then like Flame Slash. Like the Wall of Blossoms doesn't do anything. Raging Ravine. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, I wasn't missing. Yeah, I just assumed it didn't work. I don't know if that would have won me a game or not, but would have been helpful. Yeah, there wasn't too much other than that. I think there was one turn in the first game where like I could have cast, like if I could have cast Garruk and resolved it and untapped my lands, I could have attacked you with the Raging Ravine, and then like next turn had the overrun. But if you had countered the Garruk, I wouldn't have gotten an attack at all, so I wasn't. That was like the only play I really was like not sure about. It turned out you countered Garruk when I cast it, but it was like 2 turns later, so I don't know if you had the counter at the time. Yeah, it's hard to play against main deck Flash Reasons less Slippers too. But yeah, my deck was like built a little bit too skewed for creature matchups, probably. Like I said this on my recording, but I played 9 matches, 2 of them were best of 5, and like in none of the 9 matches did both players win a game. Like they were all 2-0 or 3-0 or 0-2 or 0-3. So like I wonder if I could have drafted like Scape Shift or something for my, or just like had some kind of different plan in my sideboard that like wasn't attacking. Like the Banefire didn't do enough, so because like some of the matches I played, I just felt like it was impossible for me to lose, and then other ones felt like it was impossible for me to win. So I don't know how much of that was drafting and just how much the archetype is kind of linear and struggles to adapt its plan. But it was pretty fun. Hopefully we'll do something cool next season. I've drafted all the colors now, so that I feel like I can check that off my list. I guess that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can type it. Yeah. I had plenty of answers, needed some sequencing. Yeah, I don't know. There were like pieces of different plans that don't really go together. Like there was a Mana Denial plan, there's like a Wasteland and a Acid Moss and a Primal Command. But like if I only draw one of those, it's probably not good enough. And then there's like part of my deck, like the Leatherback and the Huntmaster are like, okay, let's put up a faster clock, but then there's also, especially after sideboard, like cards that are trying to go late game, and it just like didn't mesh together very well. Like I think the scalable cards like the Wolfbriar kind of are supposed to hold the deck together, but they're not good in this matchup, so I don't want them, and then it makes my deck kind of disjointed after sideboard. Also, like whatever game the Thought Scour hit Cavern and Primeval Titan was pretty savage. I think that was game 1. It was either 1 or 2. game 3 hand was J scroll rack. Yeah, my hand was sort of like that too. I had leatherback and I had like leatherback and ramp spells and lands or something, or like it was like leatherback, explorer, battlement, 4 lands. It wasn't great, but it was like, well, I had the cavern that I never even played the whole game, so I was like, if I draw gas, I should be able to resolve a threat or two. Turned out all I drew was a Terastodon, and I didn't need to use cavern to resolve it, which was sort of funny. My hands were all like okay, like they were all reasonable keeps, but nothing that was like, you know, top 10 or top 10% or something. Oh no, I'm only in game 2, I think. Yeah, game 2 I had 3 forests and like 4 cards that cost more than 3. It seemed like it was too slow. Felt like that hand was alright. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Good job. You drafted a good deck. It's pretty tough to play against unless you're like aggroing really hard, like Chris was. Yeah. I just like missed that when I was nominating cards to get banned. It's just like I didn't see it or something went wrong there. But I guess we know now. My deck was also just like very bad against it, and I had very few ways to get rid of it. Like the fact that the fact that the Stomp Howler doesn't make it go away is pretty rough, because like that was my main plan, and like I had the Pact and the Primal Command to go get it. It's like normally I have, you know, 3 ways to answer an artifact or an enchantment, but instead it's just like, no, you can't do anything. Guess you have to decide what we're going to do with the next one. I need a couple of weeks off here. There's a lot going on.
Alright, I'm gonna call it there.
To go,
Night, folks.
I guess